Okay, so a couple of days ago I seen this video, and I kind of watched it, and this guy is my hero. He's a patriot. I've told you guys over challenge jurisdiction, they don't like it, this, that, here, and there. It's not going to be an easy process. So he's going to kind of give you a basic idea of what kind of crap he was going for, and but what he did more than anything else, every time he challenged this and challenged that, everything was, you know, pretty much done on record. So in Texas West District courts, his case number is A16C as in cat, V as in Victor, 1302SS. Get a public records request on that. Okay. You also have one in federal code on that. A16C as in cat, R is row, 2, 3, 6, 7, SS. This right here, the reason why you want to get it is to read it and kind of see what's going on as him representing himself and how he's filing, and kind of get some ideas, and how the justice system is working against him. Obviously tickets and this, that, here, and there is a different matter, you know. So he's had a couple of different court cases. But anyway, this is him in his own word, what he's going through personally. So that way, this is facts and not hearsay by me. This is a learning material for everybody out there to learn, to grow in knowledge. I just want to bring up to the attention there that, you know, I'm not in his shoes, so I have no idea what his personal life is. So I'm just going by what he was telling me. Alright, here we go.
Alright, y'all. This is my update to my process of what's been going on. As you can see, I'm in the commercial kitchen that I cook out of, the Hip Hop Chef, with my people, Fabulous Affairs. Shout out to Bruce and Leslie. But well, I got a moment right here. I want to let everybody know what happens to my situation with the federal court, and with me challenging jurisdiction in the federal court, and how did that actually go? For those who've seen my previous video, you've seen that the judge has basically denied me the right to counsel. He refused to allow me to represent myself even after I was found competent at the initial Ferretta hearing with the magistrate judge. He deemed me incompetent to represent myself because I was hitting him with jurisdiction questioning, constitutional questioning. He couldn't answer. He never informed me of what form of jurisdiction the court was operating under. Was it maritime, admiralty, military tribunal, or common law? Which one is this? He refused to answer. I basically stated that behind him sits an American flag with the yellow fringes, which indicates admiralty law. He blew that off, told me I was talking gibberish, after I hit him with a litany of Supreme Court rulings on jurisdiction, on due process of law. I continued to ask for a complaint from an injured party. I kept informing him that the plaintiff is a corporation, United States of America, one of which I have not entered into any contracts with, nor am I a creature of, so how can this corporation bring any action against the living being the living soul myself. Of course, he overran all that. Told me I was talking gibberish, and this trial is going to go on, Mr. Williams, whether you like it or not. And if you don't show up, you're going to be we're going to revoke your bond, and the marshals will come and get you. And because that's the only power that they have, is gunpowder. Okay. And once I let him up during the pretrial hearing and had him gibbering, and he couldn't respond properly to any of my questions, then he knew I can't let this guy get up in front of a jury and speak because it's going to expose the fraud upon the court. So he basically told me I was going to have an attorney, forced a public defender on me. And my trial began on December 12th, I believe. December 9th was the pretrial hearing. That Monday, which was the 12th, I had a trial. During this trial, I did not participate in it. Did not say anything. He told me while I was during the pretrial hearing, and I said, "Sir, any attempt to bring forth any kind of witnesses to speak upon my name without any affidavit or complaint behind it is speaking fraud. And I will contest anyone speaking upon my behalf or attempting to speak upon my behalf." He told me, "Mr. Williams, I'm going to lock you into a room. I'm going to have the marshals lock you into a room where you'll be able to watch this trial via television." Now, if that's not a clear violation, if that's not just saying pretty much fuck you, and he's thinking in his mind, it's this old white guy. You know what he's saying? Fuck you, nigga. You're not about to come in here and run that sovereign. So he just ramrodded all of my constitutional rights. Okay. And on the federal level, I sued them under Title 42, 1983, Title 42, deprivation of rights. Well, come to find out, these motherfuckers have absolute immunity from suit. Absolute immunity from civil or criminal suit in the administration of their duties. I don't think that denying me the right to counsel is the administration of duties. I don't believe that a violating jurisdiction is in the administration of their duties. And violation of due process on top of that. Okay? So they threw my suit out. After about 3-4 months, they threw it out. So here I go, I get sentenced. My sentencing date was June 15th. June 15th sentencing date. It was actually the 16th, which was a Friday. They moved it up one day. So June 15th, I showed up. Of course, I think I'm going to jail immediately. All right. I'm the first one that's called. It's a courtroom full of people. It's about 9 a.m. in the morning. Calls me up. He actually don't have anything to say. I said I'll reserve my comments for last. Let everybody else speak. Had to have my mother, come drive to Houston. She had to, you know how embarrassing, how horrible it is to have. I'm 44 years old. I love my mother to death. But you think about mama driving for that bullshit, coming down here in Austin and going before a damn judge to talk about how her son is needed to be free? Come on. Especially when these motherfuckers violating, they've broken their own laws to get me to an unlawful trial. But nevertheless, my mom and I had to produce character statements. I had about 7-8 character statements that he had read before he came out. Saying that I won't fucking kill anybody. I'm not a harm. I'm such a good person, which I am. My character statements had a whole weight. But nevertheless, he goes to this whole spiel on how I could have maintained my temper when the officer stopped me. Just some bullshit. He just dumb shit. So the recommendation was between 24 to 30 months. Okay, for my corporate statute crime. Okay, not a complaint, not an injured party, not a person. No, these corporate laws and statutes and codes that they force upon us. So the recommendation from the United States Probation Services was 24 to 30 months. Okay, that's two and a half years. Okay, on some dumb shit. He's like, you're not that kind of person. You have a very light criminal record for anyone coming in here. So, I think 24 months is too much for you. And, I think 6 months will be fine. 6 months down in Bastrop in the federal so and so. And I'm thinking to myself the whole time, fuck you. I'm not supposed to get no time. It was not even supposed to be a trial whatsoever. You did not have an affidavit. You did not have a complaint. I challenge jurisdiction. That's all I'm saying in my mind. I'm ready to fucking go at him. You know, I got the lawyer next to me, you know, and I actually bought an affidavit of facts that I was going to read out before the court. Okay? The lawyer standing next to me is like, you know, don't. Mr. Williams, please, just, you know, got his hand over the mic. Just don't read the affidavit. You know, don't read that. Don't read that. You know, playing scary and shit. Like, you know, the judge gonna say, okay, I'm gonna give you 100 fucking months, or what have you. He said, don't worry about this. You know, all this is gonna get turned over on appeal.
Okay, let me pause there for a second, just for a second. Affidavit of facts is not facts. It's still hearsay. I can't remember what the other word is called, deposition, with affidavit facts. It's got to go together. Affidavit is, oh man, it just went out of my brain. Oh, sorry about that. It's a pledge, you know, saying, hey, this is what happens, and then this, okay? So it's affidavit is still actually, and there's another video, but it's just hearsay. Got to have that definition in there of facts, and you got to have witnesses sign that and staple to the affidavit. So that's kind of a number one goof up he did there, I believe, because I don't know, he has never brought up the definition. I'm mispronouncing it wrong for some reason. But anyway, look at my other video. I talked about it. So he didn't really finish that affidavit, and that's the cause and effect. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of goofing up this one when I paused. But I just letting you know that there was two parts to this, and he only did an affidavit, and there's supposed to be two parts of it. So the affidavit is just put in court as hearsay. Even though it's facts, and you're saying it's facts, the courts recognize it as hearsay.
Yeah, I know. But between that time now, I have to go and sit in jail. You're going to take my freedom away. My freedom. Take my fucking freedom away from my daughter, from my family, from my livelihood, from all that I do for 6 months. And most people I'm talking to is like 6 months. Oh, you got off good. If you understand and know your rights, no, I didn't. I still got thrown into the matrix. Okay, I beat them on a municipal level, county level, state level, and on the fed level, I beat him. The only thing he had to do was bully. He bullied me. Bullied me, threatened, coerced me. Okay, I couldn't get in front of the jury and speak up on my own behalf. Because if I would have, the judge and the prosecutor would have been on trial. Not no gun and all that bullshit. Found the gun in my car. So what? That's my constitutional right to bear arms. I haven't harmed a person. Oh, you're a prohibited individual. You had a misdemeanor for assault, so you can't ever carry a weapon again. Okay. There's no law that your federal government can come up with that can supersede the constitutional law. There is none. Constitution is the supreme law of the land. But nevertheless, I went into he gave me 6 months. I got a chance to speak. And I just basically told him, I was like, you know, I'm a man of integrity, of uncompromising integrity. And it's sad to say that I've witnessed those who have acted in perilous ways against their own oaths. I know when I went to the military and I rose my right hand and swear oath to this piece of paper that none of my ancestors had anything to do with. Okay, mind you, he was getting our ass beat in the back, castrated, hung, whipped, and raped while this document was being formed. Okay, but I rose my hand and I swore in allegiance to this damn document, or to uphold, protect, and defend it. So those who have been charged with that duty have failed miserably in order to carry out a more insidious agenda. But I would walk out here with my head high, my back straight, and know that I've never harmed a person or a person's property. And in the eyes of the Constitution, that's a true crime. not these statutes and codes. Because the prosecutor got up and said, Mr. Williams believes that he can only obey some laws and that some other laws don't apply to him. Yeah, you're right. Your statutes and your codes, United States Code, this, Texas Penal Code, that shit don't fucking apply to me. That applies to your corporation and those who are United States citizens and who are part of your corporation. I am not. I'm a sovereign being, living soul of the man, free of the land, unalienable rights, God-given rights that you can't take away. So he allowed me to get myself together, get ready for my 6-month stint that I'm going to do. Now, what I'm doing now is I'm working on this fucking lawyer, and I'm telling him, make me fucking stay free, stay on bond, pending appeal. Which means I get to fucking stay out of jail until an appeal is heard. But the appeal will take about a fucking year and a half. So if I do go do 6 months and shit to get the fuck out, my appeal still wouldn't be heard. And I'm pretty sure that on appeals, the next judge is gonna look at this last one like, you fucking idiot. Once you see the record, once you see all the documentation I placed on the record, my affidavit of living status, my challenge of jurisdiction, my demand for them to produce their oath of offices, which they have not done. It's like fucking pulling teeth to get the fucking goddamn federal judge and federal prosecutor's oath of offices. Because if I could have got a copy of those and put those on the record, that would have been evidence. You're in clear violation of your oath. So these are the devils that we're dealing with, okay? And they're in robes and suits. And they have considered us the enemy, the American people. And I'm free now. I thank my ancestors. I thank the strength from above, the Almighty, for giving me the grace and the courage to go through this, because it's been a struggle. I've been fighting state cases over bullshit, okay? But once I've learned the process, I will never, ever relent. I will never pay for a traffic ticket. I will never enter any pleas on any level. I also mentioned that. I said, in this matter, I've never entered a plea. But the judge, before you practice law from the bench and enter the plea upon my behalf. Last time I checked, so that's illegal. The judge said for procedural purposes. Sir, I do not consent to anyone entering any pleas on my behalf, regardless of whatever purpose it's for. Well, we're just going to do it anyhow. Now, ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? They're going to just fucking do it anyhow. So,
okay, on that behalf, I'm going to pause it right there, right? Understand this. The judge entered a plea in a federal court. It's a court. Yes or no? Okay. Yes or no? Am I innocent? Okay? Remember the Constitution. You're innocent until proven guilty. So why do they have to make a plea? Why does he have to make a plea? The Constitution automatically made the plea for them. For the judge, for the attorneys, and for the man. He's innocent. So there is no plea. He's automatically granted innocent.
That's what they did me. And trust me, I'm here to let everybody know. Once you get to the federal level, that's where the devil play dirty. Dirtier. They play dirty on all these levels. Okay? But on the federal level, man, they can ramrod you. They can bring your ass to a trial. You can't do shit about it. If you don't show up, of course, the marshal's coming to kick your door in. So what options do you have? You can't sue the federal fucking judge or the prosecutor. Who's holding them accountable? So they can just fuck over you, fuck over me like they did, and we hope to get it back on appeal. Some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, I'm gonna stay striving, doing my thing. The hip hop chef, So Black, 1.5 Entertainment, record label, Hip Hop Daddy Daycare. Keep all my positive things going, because can't stop me. Can't stop this. With the power of the Almighty within me, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding and overstanding. And I want everybody to know about the system, how this crooked criminal justice system gets us. And, any questions you have, shoot it to me. And when I give you the assistance to, definitely let me know. And rest of y'all, you have a blessed one. Stay safe. And always challenge jurisdiction.
Okay, so the name of this channel, and he don't really have a
people in federal court for over 23 years.
Sorry, he don't have a whole lot going on his YouTube channel, but it's spelled SOBLAK1. Okay. Yeah, y'all, they do this. And the reason why we do it, they can do this, is because we the people let their attorneys take over for us. If we actually quit compromising and fill up the courtrooms of representing ourselves, the attorneys would disappear and the judges would be held accountable, because right now, 98% of the cases out there in the United States is settled. We compromise. We give in. We don't fight it. When I get a chance, I may get the paperwork. Number one, you cannot have controversy. You can't argue. It goes back into answer a question, what's the question, right? Well, he argued, which threw them in whatever jurisdiction the courts decided it is at the time, right? So he automatically gave them jurisdiction just by arguing. That's the reason why there's a notice. You got to do a notice. Anyway, I thought you guys may find that interesting. He's a patriot. He stood up in what he believed in. He's got some knowledge. And, you're going to win some and you're going to lose some. It just depends where you're at. You have crooked judges. It's just that way. And you can't hold them accountable because they're crooked judges that gave themselves the power of King George sovereign immunity over themselves, which is not even a law. They don't even have that power. This is what's unbelievable, is that we are talking about getting rid of the money for police and all that, instead of talking about getting rid of the qualified immunity crap. There is no law. Qualified immunity does not exist for these attorneys, lawyers, and officers. So let's quit worrying about defunding and start going after the real issue at hand. Well, the number one issue is them investigating themselves. District attorneys for the people to prosecute. Well, it's time to vote them out if they're not honoring an oath. Actually going after real criminals. Alright, this is decent for we the people. I figure this is kind of interesting. Like I said, I haven't really seen a whole lot of that. But he's standing up against the real criminals. Win or lose, he's fighting it. If half the prison people that was innocent would do what he did, they would be overwhelmed with evidence in court that they're all criminals. judges, criminals. And we would be able to go after him at the... He keeps on saying 42, but what it is 18 U.S.C. 242 and 241. Oh yeah, well the 43, he's going after that, 1983. But there's also actually the 18 U.S.C. 241, 242. Anyway, this is Diesel for We the People. Y'all be careful out there. And May 21 give us more freedom. May 21 have woken up the sleeping giants of we the people out there and realizing that we the people are not the criminals.